Hi, and welcome back. My name is Ash, and this is week 22 of my current medication Zepbound. This week has been pretty good, pretty good. I feel like I've gotten into a groove. I know last week my goal was to kind of increase my physical activity, or at least try to keep it in like a steady amount. I know that we were aiming for 4 days a week. And this week I actually did achieve that. So that's a big win. And I went beyond it because I think currently right now it's showing that I've definitely done at least 5 days, which is a win for me. I know the day is still young. Maybe I'll do something today. Maybe I won't. I don't know. If I do something today, it'd probably just be walking. I wouldn't do anything extreme. I'm so happy that I've been able to keep up with that goal and not deviate from it, especially since I just came back from being out of town and being on like a little vacation, so to speak. But it was definitely something that threw me off routine. And now I can get back into my routine and even kind of set a goal for myself to say, hey, I want to do a little bit more. I want to move it up. So to be exceeding that goal that I set for myself, maybe not even a month since I've been home, is definitely a win for me. I'll take that win. So it's something I can really be happy about. And I go ahead and put it in my little trophy case with all my little fun trophies of accomplishments I've had so far. Pretty happy about that. I've also kind of gone through chronicles of trying on clothes and trying to figure out what size I am. So I have a try on video coming up soon, sometime this week. So you'll see that, and so you'll get to see how frustrating it truly has been. You get to join me on that journey. So thank you ahead of time for watching that video and watching me struggle through figuring out what size I am. But other than that, I feel really good. I feel like I've made an effort to make sure I'm getting what I need. I do feel like my appetite has been good. The thing I mentioned last week about how like that 7th day, I do start to kind of feel the hunger creeping in, and it's manageable. I feel like now I do still feel the food noise, but it's not really intense. And just kind of on that 7-day too, where it'll come in and it'll be like, what would be good right now? Soda. Or what would be good right now? What would be good right now? Pizza or whatever. And I mean, it's not to say I haven't had pizza while I've been doing this. It just is not like a thing that my brain has gone to. It's more like something that's been available, or something that people are like, hey, let's get pizza. And I'm like, okay, we can get pizza, which is weird because if you've watched any of my other videos in the beginning, I have my pizza pillow. Like pizza is like, life. Pizza is really good. And now to be like, it's definitely a shift. That's definitely a change to acknowledge and notice that. The other thing that I did is I used to have this routine where like at least once a week or once every couple of weeks, I would go to like my favorite bakery and I would get like a little bakery treat at the end of the week. And that'd be something I would just do. And there's nothing wrong with doing that. But I've just noticed for the past few months, I just haven't gone at all. So this week I did go and I did get a treat, but I couldn't really finish it. I split it and I shared it. And it was nice to have, but it wasn't like something that I had to like long for and set myself up at the end of the week where it was like, this is my thing. And I wasn't thinking about it the whole week. It was just something that I could do, and it could be a nice part of my life and it could be good. But since I hadn't gone there very often, and I do like supporting the place, I end up getting merch. Like I end up getting a t-shirt, to be like, hey, I like this place, but it doesn't necessarily mean I need to go every week or every other week, maybe every once in a while. So yeah, that was something that I noticed. And I don't know if that's really like a victory or anything, because that makes me like a little sad because I do enjoy supporting that place, but also like I'm in a different stage and I can support in different ways. The other thing that I've noticed is still kind of rocking with that kind of sense of confidence, sometimes a little wavered from the trying on of the clothes, but that at the end of the day is not something that needs to be defined by me. That's just something that is happening along the journey. That's not something new. That's a concept that many people have experienced and probably will experience. And so I don't need to personalize it to me and make myself feel any feelings of guilt that I'm not the right thing to fit into this garment or whatever. I can just say, all right, well, looks like I'm going to try something else on and a different size to see how it is. But when you get used to getting a certain size and you get kind of comfortable, it is kind of uncomfortable to try. And I wouldn't even say uncomfortable. It is kind of annoying to try more sizes and try to figure out what your size is in other brands. because I'm trying to branch out and try other brands. But it is annoying. It's very annoying. What's the other thing? Other thing is just, I'm definitely really proud that I can be consistent with my exercising, because I think that's something that I've always been good at doing it in the week, right? But it always felt like something that I was like, okay, well, I'm going to do it 2 to 3 times, and that's just going to be enough. And to kind of set a goal to kind of challenge myself to do a little bit more, and being happy so far with what my goal has been, and being able to exceed that goal it's like a new level of accomplishment and like pride in myself. And that's not something anybody can give me. I can give myself that. So that feels really good to be able to reward myself with this sense of pride and accomplishment. I feel like I haven't felt that in a while. I think sometimes as you get older, you get to a certain stage where you just do things and it becomes a part of a routine, and you don't always get those wins. And maybe you do get a win, but you don't take time to enjoy and relish in that win and say like, oh yeah, that's right, I did that. Or at least I don't. I've had issues with that, but I've definitely gotten better at telling myself, you did this. This is good. You should have pride. You should be proud of yourself, and you should recognize this as an accomplishment for yourself. So that's felt really good to do that. And it's not like things that you would normally think of. I guess I thought like it would be some kind of career goal or some kind of, I don't know, life milestone. But I mean, like, I've had those things and they don't give me like a sense of pride and accomplishment like they do when I'm setting something else up for myself, and the only person I'm going against, or the only marker that I'm reaching, is one that I've set for myself. And I only get to feel that when I've accomplished it. I can't get that from anybody else, or any marker, or any book, or any supposed milestone you're supposed to reach, or certain level of money making that you can reach. That's only something that I can give, and that feels nice. That feels really nice. Before we even go any further, I have my drink. Ruby red. Can you see? Ruby red tangerine. All right. It's nice, but I wouldn't say it is as good as the other new flavors I've tried. The summer berry and the melon they really set it up, but this is not as good. I would probably give this 1.8. Not quite a 2. 1.8 out of 5. But anyway, all that to say, this is kind of how I've been feeling. I've just been rocking and rolling. I have been toying with the idea of maybe not this month, and maybe not even next month, but the month after, 3 months from now. I've been toying with the idea of doing kind of like a 30-day challenge where I kind of record my routine for 30 days and film and post it. I guess it's kind of what the people do when they do like the Vlogmas and all that stuff. I don't want to set myself up to be doing that in December. But I wouldn't mind it for October, because October for me is kind of like a low pressure month. Everybody's trying to get into fall. Of course, there's Halloween, right? But that's at the end of the month. So the rest of the month is just you trying to figure out fall, or wherever you live, trying to figure out whatever season you're in now. Because some people don't celebrate fall. They don't necessarily have what I envision as fall during October. Maybe it's hotter. Maybe that's their summer, or maybe that's their spring, or whatever. I don't know. Maybe it's their winter. Who knows? Fall is what that is here. So I've been toying with doing that for October, just kind of give myself something to look forward to and do. But that's pretty much it what we have here. No weigh-ins this week. We already did one last week. Next week will be a weigh-in. Oh, I want to talk to you guys about supplements, because I feel like, I don't know, people have these videos kind of about supplements like they take while they're kind of on these medications. But I can tell you about supplements that I take. And maybe you take something away from it, maybe you don't. I want to be clear, you don't really need supplements unless you have some kind of deficiency that you have had and you've talked to like medical professionals about being on specific supplements. It's not a need. It's just something that's just going to maybe enhance depending, or help you. It's going to supplement other things you are doing to help you with the issue. Boom. That's what I'm trying to figure out. So certain supplements that I take. First supplement is that I mentioned it a few videos ago, the magnesium glycinate. That has really helped. I'm in a good routine before I go to bed to take kind of an hour before I start to really wind down, or while I'm winding down. and I have it, and it does kind of help me slowly get into kind of a lull for going to bed. And I like it, and it's worked. I've been taking it for months at this point, at least 3 to 5 months at this point for sure, because it's August now, and I think I started in March or April. So, and it does work. No, it's not like a thing where like it doesn't work. I can say it definitely works, and it is something that really improves it's supposed to improve your nervous system health is what it's supposed to do. I didn't realize that, but that's why it helps you relax. It's supposed to help your nervous system, which like if you have issues kind of winding down, I would say definitely try that. That definitely works for sure. You can get any brand. I've tried a brand that was called like Nature's Truth. I've tried other brands. I've tried Nature's Valley, Nature's Health. I don't know. I feel like they all say nature at the beginning of them, but I've tried different brands. I would say the only thing to really be kind of up about is the amount that you're taking. I know somewhere around 240, 250 is where I landed, but I didn't start off with that. I just kind of started off with half of that to kind of see how it would feel, because I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm just never really sure when I first start taking supplements, so I just do a little bit at a time and then work my way up. I'm at 250, 240 milligrams right now, and that's kind of good where I am. I would say definitely start off low and kind of work your way up to see how much you actually need to take get the effect. I know they have it out and people are taking like more than that, but I just would rather start off slow and work my way up. Next supplement, which I feel like I haven't really talked about here, is I do take collagen. And I've been doing that on and off for 3 years. Now, you're probably asking me, why? Why would you take that? It's supposed to help with your hair, your skin, your nails, and your joint health. There's a lot of different brands, and there's like different ways you can get it, but mainly from what I'm seeing, you're getting it from the cow bones, I guess, but some people will get it from other animal bones. I've heard marine collagen peptide is how they do it. I don't know what the best way is to do it, but that's the way that I take it. It's usually just like a scoop of something, and you can put, it doesn't taste like anything, but what I will say is if you haven't taken it before and you put it in something, you will notice that it's there. I'm not understanding how people are like, you can't even taste it. And I'm like, it's there, and it tastes weird at first. It's not, and you can get the ones that don't taste like anything. You can do that. You can definitely do that, but you can still feel that it's there. So I work my way up. I started with 1 scoop. I started with, 1 scoop, and I did that okay for like a couple of weeks, and I'm like, okay, I'm tolerating this. I'm gonna go up to 2 scoops the next day, maybe 3 after a while, after time of staying on 2 scoops, just to kind of get myself used to having it in things. What I will say is if you struggle with kind of having hair everywhere, you will start to notice hair growing more, and maybe the spots that you just necessarily don't want hair to grow. So in that extent, I did take a step back. So I'm not on as much as I used to take, but I would say definitely feel free to work your way up around it. Now, I just told my doctor I was taking it, and I just wanted to make sure it was okay with my doctor if I was taking it, and the doctor said that it was fine. I don't think you need it, but I think for me personally, taking it for my joint health and for my skin, just because the past few years I have been losing weight and my body has shifted, just because there's so much on my skin, I figured why not take something? You know what I mean? And what I will say is someone who has gained and lost weight over several periods of their life. And when I say gain and lose, I mean like 30, 40, 50 pounds, not like 10 pounds. I have noticed how my skin has kind of started to adjust or adapt to that change. Is it going to get rid of loose skin? Absolutely not. Is it going to get rid or reduce like cellulite? There are a lot of claims that they're saying on there. It doesn't. But I guess I have noticed that my like elasticity is better. I still have stretch marks, but just what I've noticed is like sometimes when you get stretch marks, there's this irritation that comes along with it that is unbearable. I don't know how to, it's like your skin is so sensitive because it's being either pulled or it's being kind of like pushed down and reduced, and everything's coming together very fast and it's having trouble adjusting, and it can get irritated. For me personally, I've noticed since I've been taking that, I haven't had that really be an issue as much. Now the skin is, it's hanging and it's flapping. So it still is rubbing up against things, but that's coming from irritation against things, not necessarily from like the skin itself being so pulled and moved together in such a quick way that it is annoying. That's what I've noticed. And that's why I keep taking it, because it's doing something. It's doing something. Other supplements I take. And this is something that I will say, get your blood work done before you take this. Because if you don't have this problem, then you probably don't need to take it. I take vitamin D3. I guess I don't get enough sun, though I have been working really hard on getting enough sun. And I think that's another goal I can set for myself, is I usually go outside and I'll sit for like 10 to 15 minutes. But when it's cold here, it's overcast. You're not getting sun. So, and that's a big thing. But I did go to the doctor a few years ago and my vitamin D was low. And they start you on this regimen basically where you're taking a high dose of vitamin D and you got to take it for a certain period of time. And then once it's done, they'll put you on D3 and I'll say you just take this every day just to make sure you can keep your vitamin D leveled out. So I just keep taking it because it's helped me in that sense. And that's supposed to kind of help with energy and things like that. And just like making sure your body functions, because you need vitamin D. And they say you can get that from the sun, but sometimes it's too hot. Sometimes you just don't get that much sun where you are. And so it's helpful for me to take that in addition and just make sure I do it. They have also said that you can take it with vitamin C for it to be absorbed. I mean, I have blueberries every day, and there's something else I eat that has vitamin C in it. I know a lot of my like frozen veggies I'll eat, it'll have vitamin C in it depending on the type of vegetables that are in there. Do I take it right at that same time? No. Maybe I'll take it a few hours later. The goal for me is just to make sure I'm eating vitamin C in my diet. There's food in my diet that has vitamin C, so when I take the vitamin D3, it helps it move along. And my blood work has been fine since I've been doing that. So I don't know if it's just like, you got to do it right this second when you sit down. I have not been doing that. I'll be honest. And it seems to have worked. And I think it's working in a sense of like making sure my body's working and functioning as it should. So definitely vitamin D3. The other thing that I take, and maybe this is, I don't know if this is strictly a GLP-1 thing, but I also take fiber gummies. And I've talked about those in my previous videos, especially in the beginning, because I was so worried about constipation. But I just take them, just pop in I usually take them at the end of the night because it's part of my routine, because I have other medicines that I take, but I'll take that along with another supplement, and it'll be something I just do at night. And I chew them. You could take other things. I've tried the psyllium husk capsules and I don't like them. They're too big and they're not enjoyable. So I wish that they were, and I wish that I wish I was adult enough to do it, but I'm not. So I just can't. I cannot do it. But I do the fiber gummies, the sugar-free ones. Now they say like it's not good for you because it's got something in there that makes it sugar-free. But I mean, would constipation be good for me? Probably not. Sometimes you have to pick and choose your battles. You know what? If I'm getting something in here that's got some type of weird thing that's made it sugar-free in here, but I'm eating all my fruits and vegetables and making sure I'm getting enough like food and protein and macro and micronutrients, I'm miles better than the other person that's not doing that. To have this sugar-free thing be the thing that I need to be highly concerned about is unrealistic, because most of my health issues have not come from eating this sugar-free fiber gummy. I just want to say that because some people get like way off the hyper focus on those things. I think that that's great. But sometimes you just have to meet people where they are, and that's one of those things. But other than that, those are basically the supplements that I take. And that might be helpful for you. Maybe you're already taking those. Again, I'm saying you don't need to take these unless, like with the vitamin D, your blood work shows you do need to take it. I know also iron is something that people deal with, and I had to take iron for a very long time because I had low iron. Some people have to do transfusions. I guess the key in all this is that you can take supplements, and that's good too, but it's also good to kind of get your blood work done to see if maybe there really is a supplement that you need to be taking that you just didn't know you needed to take. And it might actually help improve your health and your energy. You might feel better, and you just wouldn't know if you didn't get your blood work done. I guess this is a PSA to get your blood work done if you haven't done it. But that's pretty much it. That's all I have today. I'm done rambling. Oh, this week was my birthday too, so happy birthday to me. Nothing exciting. Just happy to be here another year, which is nice because I know there are times for myself where it felt difficult to get into that other year. But now I'm just grateful, and I'm very, very invested in my health so that I get to go into more years. And it's amazing that I'm in that spot right now. But anyway, thank you so much for watching my video. I'll see you next week where we'll do weigh-in. Woo! But have a good week.